There are many Amtrak trains that run through the state of Florida. Today we're on the 91, which is the Silver Star line, and we're going to take it from Orlando to the city of Tampa and back. We're going to do a day trip on the 91. We're at the train station. It's 10:30. We're supposed to have about a 10:45 train, and we are facing cancellations and delays today. We are scheduled to be on the 91 train, leaving in about 15 minutes, and it's now 12:06 that it's scheduled to be leaving, and we just had another announcement and it's going to be further delayed than that. So we were supposed to have about 4 hours in Tampa to hang out, look around, explore Tampa a little bit before we return to first class service on our way back to Orlando. We're doing coach from Orlando to Miami, and then we're doing first class service from Miami back to Orlando. That way we can check out both of the classes of service and see what the changes have been since the last time we took Amtrak, which was on the Texas Eagle. So we're facing some delays today, and we're going to be seeing what transpires here. You can't set your clocks on train time anymore. We'll update you as developments change. Our train, the number 91, is arriving into Orlando Station. Little bit late, just under 2 hours. But it's going to be a great trip. Here we go. It's a big train, as you can see. It's coming all the way from New York, stopping yesterday about this time in Philadelphia, so it's covering quite a bit of distance. The diner car is right next to me right now. Looks like I need to get in position because they're going to be loading up the train very soon. We're taking coach today, so there's quite a number of people in line ahead of us to board the train, and there's also a lot of people getting off here in Orlando. It's a rather large station, so if you're coming out of New York going to Orlando, and why wouldn't you, this is a major stop. Again, the train's about 2 hours late, so there's a lot of activity happening here right now. A lot of people have been waiting for quite some time to either leave, and also other people waiting for their passengers to arrive that they were going to pick up. It's 12:33 and we're starting to board the train. But we're getting closer in line, and it looks like they're checking tickets now as you get on the train. In the past, we have just climbed onto the train, found our seat, and when they come around later, the conductor will check our tickets or scan our iPhones from our seat. So it looks like we have a little bit of different change of direction here. We'll recap this, of course. So going into Tampa, this is going to be our accommodations here. But it's about 12:46 people on the tracks, and we are leaving Orlando. So we're a little bit behind. Oh, okay, a couple hours behind, but anyway, here we are. Settle in, sit back, and enjoy the trip. But as we leave the city, the scenery gets much prettier. It's a little thick here, the foliage, but it's very, very pretty to look at. lakeside living. So our accommodations for the next couple hours, we're in a couple economy seats. These feel pretty good, actually. A lot of foot room here, a lot of leg room. Your seats, you can have fold down steps, or you can leave them up. Either way, there is in-seat power, enough for 2 outlets, and you can have your gear down below your legs, or there's lots of overhead room to store your gear as well. And there is good amount of space here on this train. Very comfortable train. There's also tray tables. We brought lunch with us so we didn't have to visit the cafe car. On our return trip, we're going to be in first class, so we will have access to the dining car. But there are 2 power outlets, 1 for each passenger. So our train car, when we got on, hadn't been cleaned for a bit. It's a little tired. And as you can see, it's tired. But let's walk on through our car. Now this is the disabled area of our car, so you can have your wheelchair up here and just lock into place. And once again, you can see the storage above the seats. So there's lots of storage up here for overhead. And of course, we are required and reminded to wear masks. And no one has said anything, and everyone has been wearing masks. Now in our car, we have 2 restrooms. One on either side of each other. They're quite large. And considering this train's been going for about a day, day and a half, the restroom's in very good condition. The flush button's on the wall if you're looking for it. Let's go through the other cars. Just hit the button, your car door will open, and you are in between the 2 cars right here. Quite loud here too. The tags all indicate where the passengers are getting off for the conductor, and this entire car is getting off in our destination of Tampa. Push the button, we'll go through the next one. So each of the cars have the 2 restrooms, and it looks like they all have the same configuration of the seats, much improved over the past. Working our way back as we go towards the dining car, and the first class cars are also behind the dining car. That's the separation between the 2 classes of service.
I don't care.
And this is the cafe car. Very busy here.
But like, let me go.
We have the menu of services. Hi there. So they have breakfast and snacks and sandwiches, hot selections, non-alcoholic beverages including soft drinks, coffee, and then they have beer, wine, and spirits. And they even take Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. And I can smell the coffee from here. I reckon these are the new Amtrak seats. They are quite comfortable and quite spacious. On my left-hand side, you have a button. Push the button, and your seat back reclines rather nicely. And on my left leg here, we have an unlock and lock. So you just reach down, pick up your leg rest. You could be here for quite a long time in the Lazy Boy Amtrak seat. And then to put your footrest back down, push forward, and it'll unlock again. So it's not a raise or lower, it's just a lock and unlock. So these are the new coach seats. They're quite comfortable. You can lay back and relax. Lots of room for your feet. My feet are down right now. Pick your feet up, and to put it back down, just push the silver button. Lots of comfort for lots of miles. And to seat up, the big button will take you to the full and upright position.
We have a float plane landing on the lake. Don't see that every day. He's died on. Some Florida citrus. Famous Florida oranges.
So we've made it into Tampa. It's about 3 o'clock. We're only a couple hours late. Well, we only had a 4-hour layover. So now we have a 2-hour layover. We can get a little bit done of what we wanted to see while we were in Tampa. So we're going to head down to the waterfront and see the Tampa Bay History Museum. And behind me right now is the Norwegian Dawn. Perhaps you've read about her in the newspaper. She is back early after experiencing some mechanical difficulties. She had to skip her last port, which was Costa Maya. Oh, bad one to skip. Anyway, they spent an extra night in Roatan, and they had to come back to Tampa early. No news yet if they'll continue on the next voyage. And directly across the street from us is where we're going to head next. It's the Tampa Bay History Center. We just walked in from the Amtrak station, and we're looking for something new to see and do while we're in Tampa. Well, we're getting ready to start the second leg of our trip today. We just walked back from the Tampa Bay History Museum, which is across the street from the Tampa Bay Cruise Port. It's only about a mile walk from here, very easy, 20-30 minutes, very safe, very nice area of town. Behind me is the Tampa Union Station, a beautiful historic building built in 1912 and has served the passenger rail needs of Florida ever since. Wonderful, wonderful station. We'll be traveling in first class on the way back to Orlando today. It's only about a 2-hour trip. We took coach out to see what that was going to be like, as we haven't been on Amtrak for about a year. So we're going to take first class back. We'll do a quick tour of our accommodations, and we're going to have dinner on the train as well. So we'll see how that has evolved in the last time we took a train trip. Can't wait to share our experience with you on board the 92 train going from Tampa back up to Orlando. So we just got on our first class car, and our roomette is not quite ready yet. Jesse, our room attendant, told us to go ahead and head for the dining car, and they would take care of us there. So we're going to go have dinner right now in the dining car while our room is being made up for us.
Looks like a newer dining car.
So our cabin on this trip, this Amtrak trip, is in a roomette cabin. We are in number 2, I believe. Come on inside. I'm going to show you the roomette cabin that we're going to occupy for the next few hours. We're not here very long. Standard roomette, it is not. This is a cool roomette. Let's start over here first. You'll notice this is newer upholstery. These are updated conditioning, and they don't have the blue fabric anymore. This is the new and improved look. From what I heard, they're going to be doing some remodeling, all these things. Very comfortable seating, and we're going to have an area light right here and a reading light, which will be right there, but it's not coming on for some reason. I probably haven't turned something on. Sweeping around, I'll just give you the full sweep here. This is very comfortable. You can sit. Very, very comfortable. Lots of space, and this does recline. I haven't figured out how to recline it yet, but I'll take a peek at that one first. You have air control right here, so if you'd like some more ventilation, that's off, and that's on. Our room attendant did give us some bottled water. We had to the cafe car, and we already had some sparkling water while we were waiting for our room to be made up. It wasn't ready yet, but it was only about a 10 or 15 minute wait. It wasn't so bad at all. Dining menus, you'll notice we're still in the flexible dining menu configuration here. Out west, and some of the bigger trains have the better menu. We're still on the pre-packaged menu that we had about a year ago in our last Amtrak trip. As we move forward a little bit, you'll notice a tray table comes up and lays flat. My wing comes over, Natalie's wing comes over, and we have plenty of room for playing cards, for eating, or for whatever else we need. You can even work here. Speaking of work, let's take a look here. There's power outlets. Let's look behind me here. Let's move these back out of the way. We have two 120 outlets. There used to be one per cabin, but now there's two on this side. We have a mirror light, which lights up the mirror. We have some hand towels, we have some washcloths and soap. And here's the cool feature about this roomette. Slide that forward, and it exposes the sink. So you have a sink in your cabin, so you can wash your face, you can clean up a little bit, brush your teeth, all that, without having to go down to the shower room downstairs. Big improvement. I hadn't seen one of these in a roomette. This is really cool, and this has got cold and hot water, and like I said, your soap is right here as well. The red light comes on when your sink is open, so you know if you're coming down off the top that the sink's open by the red light being on. This is the step, and this is a step also. If you're going to access the upper bunk, they'll pull that down, and that's how you sleep. The second person.
Much better.
So let's continue around.
Smaller.
The other side is the same configuration. The water is here, ventilation, the entire chair is the same, and it does recline also. You have your night light, you have a reading light, your area light is right here. This is your push to call the button for your attendant, and this is the PA speaker. So if you need to have any public address announcements, you do so here. Also more ventilation right here, and you can turn it on or turn it off as needed. And can you believe it? Two more 120 volt outlets. That's 4 outlets for this cabin. There used to be 1 in the entire cabin. This is very much improved. Thermostat is located here, and there's also another push to call button that you can reach from the top bunk when it's down. This whole thing comes down and it'll rest right here. So I'm standing right now in the cabin. You will not be able to stand up. You can see it'll come about this tall, so I'd have to really stoop over if I'm in this cabin. I'm going to have Natalie go up the stairs right now. So hop on up, and there's storage on the left. Huge amount. I hadn't seen that configuration yet. So you have storage on the left, and the bed is on the right. It is not made up yet. Your cabin attendant will come around later after dinner and ask when you would like your beds made up. And you'll just have to leave your cabin for a few minutes and he'll take care of that for you. There's a privacy curtain on your cabin, so you can have your door open if you want to hear announcements or wait for dinner or something like that. They'll bring it to your cabin, or you can eat in the dining car. And you do have to be in first class or sleeper accommodations only to access the dining car. Those folks in the coach cannot eat in the dining car. They still have to go to the cafe car if they want some food. And beyond the curtain here is the door. So if turning in for the night, you just lock your door, and it does stay very well locked, so it will not be opening. Close the curtain, you close the other curtain, you attach the Velcro on the curtains, and you'll have complete privacy. Hey, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We do all sorts of things of travel. Anything that's on our bucket list should be on your bucket list. We do train travel, airplane travel, land travel, and of course cruise travel. So right outside our door, we're very fortunate. We have ice and hot coffee available. Pandemic. So when you come on board, your cabin attendant, at least ours tonight since we arrived during dinner time, asked us, what do you want for dinner? There's a menu in your cabin, and you order your meals now in your cabin. You do not go to the dining car, at least not at this train. So we're still on the pandemic dining plan, as we're going to be calling it. Anyway, our food arrived, and here's what it looks like. This is what we ordered, and we'll see how it comes out. We have a beautiful Stone IPA, a couple sparkling waters. These are all included in your sleeping car, by the way. A beautiful glass of red wine for Natalie. Oh my, look at that. We don't normally eat dessert, but tonight it looks like we're going to have a Manifesto brownie. But these are non-GMO, so the C is going to be the chicken, I believe. Natalie ordered chicken, and I ordered the short ribs.
Yep, and he didn't bring us our salad.
And we got most of our meal. We got our salad dressing, but we did not get our salad, so we'll have to
Ring the bell.
find our guy. Go ahead and expose your...
Well, I want to...
That wasn't our guy.
I don't want to eat our food.
That is the chicken. The chicken alla Roma, I believe.
Roma.
It smells very good.
Yeah, pasta, chicken breast, looks like sun-dried tomatoes and some broccoli.
That doesn't look so bad.
Nope. Pretty good.
I'm going to expose my short ribs.
Three short ribs. Oh, God.
We didn't get our salads.
We got our dressing.
Oh, they didn't put salads in there?
They didn't put salads in there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jesse. And here's the short ribs. Steaming hot.
Yeah.
The chef must have just made these short ribs. They look wonderful. Served with mashed potatoes, green beans, some carrots. We'll give you our review after we eat. Our salad arrived. Jesse, our room attendant, came by and took care of us. And we also found some rolls, some butter, some salad dressing in our pre-packed. And they also brought some extra napkins too. But heck, I just don't IPA. What can be wrong with my world? But the best part, we just love dining and just watching the world go by. Why not? So what did I think of the flexible dining menu? Well, this is your dining menu for this train. This train runs from Miami to New York. So this is not one of the long distance trains with the enhanced dining menu. So if you're going to be on this train for 2 or 3 days, you're going to have 3 breakfast selections: the continental breakfast, the railroad French toast, or the 3-egg omelet. Those are your choices for 3 days, or 2 days, or whatever you're going to be on. And then lunch and dinner will consist of the short ribs, the enchiladas, the chicken, the salmon, or the pasta. That is your choices for lunch and dinner while you're on the train, with the flexible dining menu. 1 alcoholic beverage does come with your lunch and your dinner. At least that's what it says right here. I recommend the Stone IPA, and Natalie's good with the Cabernet. Let's take a look at the bathroom next. No coincidence.
No, that will get edited out.
Yeah, that'll get edited out. That's fine. So what did we think of our meals? My short ribs were okay. Dining is subjective. However, this is a microwave delight. I mean, banquet in a bag is what I'm going to go with here. It was not fine dining. I do recommend that you bring some snacks if you're going to be traveling on a long distance train with Amtrak, even with the enhanced dining, in case you don't like the food that's being offered. So bring some snacks, bring an ice chest. You can never go wrong if you do that. The restrooms in our car are not located downstairs. We're on a single level car. I've never been on one of these before. So when the light is on, like the one on the left, someone is in there and the restroom is occupied. This one is ready to go. And you have a changing table, toilet, a sink, and the mirror. And there is power in here if you have a shaver or whatever. There's also a trash can in here, so very basic, serviceable restroom. It's clean, nothing's wrong with this. If you have a bedroom, the bathroom is in your cabin. That is the big difference. So let's take a look at the shower next. It's right across the hall. Once again, the light is not on, so let's take a look at the shower. I'll lock it so nobody comes in. Used towels will go into this bin right here. So once you use your towel, you don't have to reuse it. You'll get yourself a new one. There is a bar of soap in here. Trash is in here. Let's close that up. There is power in here if you have a shaver. And there's some towels ready to go for you. There is a mirror in here. And we have opaque glass. So there's privacy. The door is locked so no one can come in. But the shower door is really nice. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's got the Amtrak train logo on it. And the Amtrak written on the top. Let's open the door, see what you got to work with. You have a hook. Shower head. A couple bars for shampoos and products. A seat, which can be very it can be very handy. We are bouncing all over the tracks right now, as you can see if my camera's bouncing. Good size. Maybe 3.5 feet by 3 feet, I'm taking a guess here. But you got the hot and cold single handle. You have your shower head on an adjustable, and that also comes off, so you have a hand wand and a body wand here. I don't know if I picked that up in the shot. So you have a body wand. And they can service everything you need to do in the shower. Plenty of room. And like I said, the door's locked, and this is a single level shower. So you don't have to go downstairs. Once you climb in, you are ready to go. So when you're taking Train 91 or Train 92 like we are doing it a short distance today. But these are long distance trains. They're not a short regional train. So delays can be lengthy with these. Watch your Amtrak app. Watch your train status. Don't come to the station thinking it's going to be on time without checking your app. Sometimes the train can be 3-4 hours late, and you don't want to be sitting at the station that long. But the pros of taking the 91 and 92 train, because it is not a regional train, is that you do have access to all the amenities. You have a roomette, such as we're in right now. You have the dining car, which is usually a very nice option. Not a real fan of the flexible menu, but the amenities are very, very good. This is Bob with Bucket List Cruise and Travel. Thanks for watching.